Very good morning, all of you, third year students. My name is Dr. Bashir Muhammad. Recently joined as Associate Professor in the Department of Information Technology in ISL Engineering College. I have been allotted distributed systems subject for handling you people. So let us start today's class. Today's class is about the introduction of distributed systems. What is a distributed system? The definition: it is one in which components located at networked computers communicate and coordinate their actions only by passing messages. So the computers in network communicate each other, coordinating with each other only by passing messages. So distributed system is the one in which the components located at the network computers communicate and coordinate their actions only by passing messages. So this is what the definition is. There are two types of systems. One is centralized and distributed one. So we need to differentiate these two. What is centralized systems and what is distributed system? The first point is centralized system. In centralized system, one component with non-autonomous parts. So in centralized one, there will be one component with non-autonomous parts. Here in distributed system, there will be multiple autonomous components, multiple independent components. Second point is components shared by users all the time. The components can be shared by the users all the time. Here in distributed, the components are not shared by all the users. Third point, all resources are accessible. In centralized system, all the resources are accessible. Here in distributed system, resources may not be accessible. Still it is accessible here, sometimes it may not be accessible. And next point, software runs in a single process. In centralized system, software runs in a single process. Whereas in distributed system, the software runs in concurrent processes on different processes. So that this is the meaning of simultaneously running the processes in different processes. Next point, it has single point of control. Which one? The centralized one has single point of control. There will be a control. That control will be a single control. And whereas in distributed system, there will be multiple points of control. There are multiple controls in the distributed system. And there will be single point of failure in centralized system, whereas in distributed system there will be multiple points of failure since multiple controls are involved. Examples of distributed systems: local area network and intranet is one example for distributed system. Database management system, DBMS, is one example. And ATM network, automatic teller machine network, is also an example of distributed system. Internet or World Wide Web is the example of distributed system. Mobile and ubiquitous computing is also the example for distributed system. What are the common characteristics? What are the common characteristics of distributed system? They are heterogeneity, openness, security, scalability, failure handling, concurrency, and transparency. Heterogeneity. What is heterogeneity? Variety and differences in networks, computer hardware, operating systems, programming languages, implementations by different developers. So there will be different type of networks in distributed system, and there will be different computer hardwares, and there will be different operating system in the different networks, and there will be different programming languages in different networks, and implementations by different developers also. So this is called heterogeneity. Openness. It is a characteristics of distributed system. It is openness. Openness is concerned with the extensions and improvements of distributed system. So this distributed system can be extended and improved. That's what it is called openness. Detailed interfaces of components need to be published. New components have to be integrated with the existing components. So new components have to be integrated with existing components in distributed system. Differences in data representation of interface types on different processes have to be resolved here. Security characteristics. In a distributed system, clients send requests to access data managed by servers, resources in the networks. The client send request to the server in distributed system. The client is managed by the server. The request is managed by the server. The request from the client is managed by the server. So example for this is doctors requesting records from hospitals. Users purchase products through electronic commerce, e-commerce. Security is required for concealing the contents of messages. That is for security and privacy. And identifying a remote user or other agent correctly through authentication. New challenges in security are denial of service attack and security of mobile code. Denial of service attack and security of mobile code is the new challenges in distributed system. Scalability. Scalability means it can be scalable. The distributed system can be enlarged. That is the meaning. So adoption of distributed systems to accommodate more users. So if there is a distributed system, in that we can accommodate more users. So response will also be faster in this, even if the scalability is increased. Usually done by adding more faster processes. So this accommodation of more users is done by adding more faster processes. The scalability is done by adding more faster processes. Processes are added. Components should not need to be changed when scale of a system increases. when it is scaled, the components should not need to be changed. Failure handling. Hardware, software and network fails. If hardware or software or network fails, distributed systems must maintain availability even at low levels of software or hardware or network fails. So it maintains the availability even anyone fails, hardware or software or network. If anyone fails, even the distributed system will not fail. It maintains availability. Fault tolerance is achieved by recovery and redundancy. Next characteristics, concurrency is running the more than one process simultaneously. Components in distributed systems are executed in concurrent processes. Components access and update shared resources. The shared resources are variables, databases, device drivers. Integrity of the system may be violated if concurrent updates are not coordinated. So it lost updates and it leads to inconsistent analysis also. Next, transparency in distributed systems should be perceived by users and application programmers as a whole rather than as a collection of cooperating components. Next, we are going to see basic design goals in distributed systems. So the specific issues for distributed systems are naming, communication, software structure, software architecture, workload allocation, consistency maintenance. Naming. A name is resolved when translated into an interpretable form for resource object reference. See, the naming is very important here. The communication identifier, if you take the communication identifier which holds the IP address and port number both, and name resolution involves several translation steps also. Name services include naming, context resolution, hierarchical structure, resource protection. And coming to communication, separated components communicate with sending processes and receiving processes for data transfer and synchronization. So message passing is also involved here. In communication is nothing but message passing. Send and receive primitives there. So they are synchronous or blocking, asynchronous or non-blocking. The communication can be done, the message passing can be done through channels, sockets, ports. Communication patterns, client server communication, example RPC and group multicast. What are the common characteristics? What are the common characteristics of distributed system? They are heterogeneity of system architectures. What are the system architectures available? Client server, peer-to-peer, proxy servers and caches, mobile code and mobile agents, thin clients. Next, we are going to see basic design goals in distributed systems. So the specific issues for distributed systems are naming, communication, software structure, software architecture, workload allocation, consistency maintenance. Naming. A name is resolved when translated into an interpretable form for resource object reference. See, the naming is very important here. The communication identifier, if you take the communication identifier which holds the IP address and port number both, and name resolution involves several translation steps also. Name services include naming, context resolution, hierarchical structure, resource protection. Proxy servers and caches. Proxy server is a server that acts as an intermediary for requests from clients seeking resources from servers that provide those resources. So proxy server is an application which acts as a mediatory between the clients and server. Proxy caching is a feature of proxy server. So proxy caching, what is cache? Proxy caching is a feature of proxy server that stores content on the proxy server itself, allowing web services to share those resources to more users. So what will be the content of that cache which is stored in the proxy server? The content may be files, images and web pages. Mobile code and mobile agents. What is mobile code? It is any program or application or content capable of movement while embedded in an email, document or website. Mobile code uses network or storage media such as USB flash drive to execute local code execution from another computer system. So it uses USB flash drive for execution of the code from another system, another computer. Mobile agent is a composition of computer software and data that is able to migrate from one computer to another autonomously and continue its execution on the destination computer. Thin client. What is thin client? A thin client is a computer that runs from resources stored on a central server instead of a localized hard drive. Instead of the local hard disk, it is stored in the centralized server. A thin client is a computer that runs from resources stored on the resources will be stored on the centralized server. Thin clients work by connecting remotely to a server based computing environment where most applications, sensitive data and memory are stored. So far we have discussed in this class definitions of distributed system and comparisons to centralized systems. What are the characteristics of distributed system? Different forms of transparency, basic design goals and system architecture types. So these are the topics we have discussed today. So with this today's class is over. Remaining we will see in the next class.